Hello, my name is Marnice Charles, and I'm so excited to have this opportunity to talk about scholarships with you. My experience with scholarships are quite personal. I received over $100,000 of scholarships and grants to attend college, and although I would be considered a first-generation college student, my family is a bit non-traditional. So I'm the youngest by many years. And unlike my siblings, I did not have an athletic scholarship or a scholarship that would cover the majority of my tuition. So by the time I was getting ready to apply to colleges, my incredible parents were honestly clueless of how to even begin to help me with this process. And thankfully, their honesty during my junior year in high school was the very beginning of my scholarship journey. After learning that mom and dad really were not able to pay for the cost of college and seeing that even with my high academic standing and being a financial need-based student, I still wouldn't be eligible for a full scholarship, I had to find another plan. So today I'm really happy to share that plan with you. All right, before we really begin, let me first start off by asking you this question. Why should you care about scholarships? Think about that. Why should you care? Here's a few that you may have already thought through. One being student loan debt. Nearly 70% of all American students take out loans to go to college. So this is very normal, but this normal thing causes some very detrimental effects. Financial freedom being one of them. So imagine if you or your child could have that financial freedom to take more risks, to travel, or maybe even to relocate for your dream job or to attend graduate school. Imagine what that life would really be like. And then a secure future. This is my favorite. Think about how much more secure you or your child would be if you could begin investing for your future right out of college and investing for your retirement. That's a really good life. And that's why if you're anything like me and you or your parent cannot afford college, you absolutely have to care. So now let's move on to where in the world do we begin searching for these scholarships? And that's why we have here how to identify scholarships. If you're like me, I can remember being a junior in high school and thinking, I don't know where to go. Everyone's telling me apply for scholarships, but they're not doing it. And I'm thinking, I'm looking at all the websites. Is this a scam? Is this legit? I don't know. So I have three simple buckets here that I think would be of real help for you. One is national scholarships. These are your highly competitive, but really prestigious awards. They vary in terms of aid. And then your local scholarships. So your local scholarships and current. So when I say current, I'm thinking and talking about current institutions, your current university, if you happen to be there. These are going to be a little bit more accessible because there's a lesser pool of applicants. So with local scholarships, think of local organizations, community groups, and high schools. So for your current high school, this is a big thing. A lot of times seniors don't realize that many high schools offer that senior night, the time that they award their seniors with scholarships. Make sure you go to your guidance counselor, get on that list, ask how can I be eligible for these awards? And same with your current institutions. If you are currently enrolled at an institution, reach out to advisors, find out what's going on because oftentimes those are the scholarships that are going untouched. So now you have a few buckets to kind of identify and just wrap your mind around where do you begin when it comes to identifying those scholarships. All right, so now I know you're wondering, Marnice, really, how did you do it? You know, what was the secret sauce? That's what I'm going to give you now. There's a few elements that really helped me meet that $100,000 or more of scholarships and aid that I'd love to share with you. One is accountability. This is a way that, your parents and whoever is that accountability person for you kind of needs to give you this assistance. So if parents are in the room, bring them in to watch this video because it's going to be very important for them to really be with you throughout this process. You as a student have lots going on right now, and you need that parent to remind you of some of the dates. So I know parents may want to say, hey, you got this. No, we really need you here. Even if you're like my parents and didn't go through the process, that's okay. We still need you to kind of follow up with us. So parents are important in this process, or that accountability person. It can be a teacher, it can be a friend, but if parents are around, we still need you here. And then a timeline. So I know I'm a person that needs to work with a timeline. I need to know when the deadlines are, how I can best prepare before the deadline. And oftentimes you just don't know. And lastly, direction. Sometimes traveling into the unknown is honestly some of the hardest parts in life. And so direction of just understanding and having that guidance to walk you throughout the process, to see examples that were done previously that, resulted in a scholarship award, that's very important. So with that in mind, I created something called the Scholarship Calendar. It's a 10-month digital and interactive calendar for students and parents, and it's fully equipped with a monthly calendar of important dates, a timeline, a checklist, and a guided workbook to help you along the way. And these are all achievable things. When I created this, I created it really for myself. I didn't want something that was just unbearable, that I couldn't do. But I needed that extra guidance. I didn't have it from my parents. As loving and wonderful as they were, they didn't travel this course. Neither did many of my siblings. So I needed some help that I really didn't feel like I could grasp. And that's why I wanted to design this with you and your parents in mind. So if you have or haven't begun this scholarship process, if you're a student or a parent, if you're lost in the process, or you feel like you have it all together, let me please remind you that I believe in you. This process of applying for scholarships can really seem impossible. As someone who has been rejected, honestly, by 40 scholarships, I was rejected by 40 scholarships before receiving my first award. I really understand this process. I will tell you that my first scholarship award was with the Emma Bowen Foundation. To this day, the very thing that jump-started my career and my world by giving me exposure that I could have never dreamt of. So thank you, Emma Bowen. I know that this is possible. So I certainly understand what it feels like to begin, and I want you to know that it is absolutely possible with the proper guidance. So to stay connected with me or to begin your own scholarship journey, which I know you can do, please be sure to visit me at the Scholarship Calendar, and I look forward to all that you will accomplish. Thanks so much.